came to the United States just briefly when I was about 5 years old during the Civil War. My father was also a POW, and we were ousted from El Salvador. We had no home, and half of my family was killed, with the exception of my parents and my siblings. So we had we were countryless for a bit. And for many years, literally until 2009, we talked about El Salvador or any of our past. That wasn't a topic of conversation at all. And then it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks a few years ago. So when you talk about the pain and you talk about kind of your family history, in many respects, I came to terms with it over the last 5 years. It's definitely a part of me. It's part of who I am, and you can see elements. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of pain, but there's also when I was training at the VA hospital, becoming a psychologist, one of my supervisors told me, you have something that some people don't have. And that the opposite of post-traumatic stress disorder is what we call post-traumatic growth. And that is when you take folks that have gone through a very traumatic situation, a difficult situation, and yet they've made meaning, kind of what Viktor Frankl talks about in his book, In Search for Meaning. You make meaning of that traumatic situation, and you are able to move past that and actually grow from that trauma in a positive way. And that's powerful, because I think for me it explains why people are very resilient. Kids are very resilient, but adults are also very resilient as well. But I mean, there is a lot of hurt and pain and trauma that goes with those stories. I was actually be an expert witness in a federal case having to do with El Salvador, and I did not know that one of my family members, who's my aunt's husband, was killed by the military, and her reaction to all that, it was painful, and there was so much hurt. And in 20, 25 years, I never knew kind of the pain that was there, So we don't talk about it. We spend years not talking about it, but we do also. I think it's important to realize, and as a psychologist, I realize that we are also very resilient, and it explains also, being an immigrant. I worked really, really hard over the years to do the best that I could in this country, to excel, to make a difference. And I think that a lot of folks, do that too.